So let me start with this. You all know what perception is? What is perception? If you don't know what perception is, my perception of you will change. So what is perception? How we see things, right? Perception is we have a conversation, right? And then I listen to what you say and I form a mental model about who you are and what's going on, right? So perception is a verbal conscious process, right? I create some kind of mental model. And because it's a verbal conscious process, it is quite slow. In fact, it takes a minimum of 500 milliseconds to form a conscious thought. Do you know that? 500 milliseconds is needed to form a conscious thought. So you know it's very popular back in the days about, let's be in the present moment. Have you heard that term before? That's BS. We cannot be in the present moment. The best we can do is to be in the minus 500 millisecond moment, because it takes 500 milliseconds to form a consciousness, right? So this circuit is too slow to help us survive while we live among lions. Does that make sense? If we have to think, we don't survive. So thankfully, nature gives us another circuit. And Stephen Porges called this the Neuroception circuit. Neuro, N-E-U-R-O, ception, C-E-P-T-I-O-N. Do you see? It's a parallel circuit to perception. Rather than being a conscious verbal process, the neuroception circuit is a non-conscious and non-verbal process and is 25 times faster than the perception circuit. So it takes roughly 20 milliseconds. So it's a much faster process. Make sense? Okay? So this is the circuit that help ensure our survival in the wild. So this circuit look at a bunch of things that we'll look at later, but essentially, very, very quickly, this circuit decide whether we are safe or not in a way that doesn't require the thinking mind, because the thinking mind is too slow, right? Which is great when we were living among lions, because people who are too laid back don't live long enough to pass on their genes. And we are all here because our ancestors are especially anxious. Evolution favors an anxiety bias. That's a fact, isn't it? No wonder we are so prone to anxiety. We are a select group of individuals that are here because our ancestors are extra anxious. Okay. So basically, the neuroception circuit very quickly scan the environment, get a sense of, am I safe or not? In a way that's non-conscious. Make sense? And depends on whether the neuroception circuit output a sense of safety. I keep losing my pens. I have to, okay, it's here. Depends on whether the neuroception outputs safety, it automatically choose one of 3 survival programs that are hardwired in our nervous system. So if the neuroception circuits say, okay, we are safe, we will be in the engagement